Hey y'all, welcome back to the garage. Today we're going to start on a project that I've been kind of wanting to do for the last couple of years, and that is bring back my original stock class puller. Well, it's not the original one. My original one, it's still in storage. I'll probably never do anything with that other than keep it because it's sentimental value, but this is the one that I was actually first competitive with and did a lot of pulling with and got a lot of ribbons and trophies with. So we want to bring her back and do some upgrades to her. So let's take a look at her and see what we got. Alright y'all, this is what she is. It's a early 80s Montgomery Ward. I ain't sure exactly what year, but it's made by Gilson. It originally came with a 16 horse opposed Briggs. It is now an 18 horse opposed Briggs, and I haven't ran this thing in probably close to 10 years. So yeah, we're going to do a startup video on this thing, or first start, cold start, whatever you want to call. But yeah, this is her. And those are not the tires that I pull with. Those are just small storage tires. I took the tires off of this to put on Little Red, which there's only a couple videos on Little Red, but it's the tractor I pulled before Plan B. But yeah, this was a work in progress. This is what I put together on a big budget, or not a big budget, a small budget. So homemade throttle pedal works great. Yeah, and yeah, don't laugh at the exhaust, because basically back then I didn't have a big clue what I was doing. So yeah, that exhaust is like, it's gone too. We're going to do some upgrades to this thing. We're going to pull it's got a Peerless transaxle in it. We're going to pull the Peerless transaxle out and get a Cub Cadet in there. We've got to put a clutch and throwout arm and all that in here, this area. But yeah, let's do a little cold start here. I got a battery on charge, and we'll see if we can't get her fired up. Alright y'all, I got the battery installed. Got a little two-stroke oil here, or two-stroke gas. Dump some fuel down in the little yak maker there. Hit that pedal a couple times. Pull the choke out. Hit the keys, and let's see if she'll fire up. Hey, not bad for sitting. I like it. I'm going to pull this fuel line off here. I'm sure this carburetor is all gummed up and everything, so let me pull the fuel line off, see if I can get some fuel down into the float and stuff, and see if we can actually get it to run and stay running for a little bit. So bring y'all right back. Alright y'all, I got that fuel line and everything disconnected. I actually got the fuel bowl with some fuel in it. Apparently, I took my own advice and winterized this thing. It was full of WD-40, so hopefully the fuel pump works because it sucked some fuel down in. So let's see if we can't get this thing to fire up and run a little bit. Alright, maybe I don't have enough fuel in it. Dump a little bit down the yap. Okay. Now. Alright, we know she runs, so we're gonna have to redo the fuel system and stuff on it too. So let's pop this seat and stuff off and fenders, and we'll show you what we're working with back here. All right, y'all. These fenders on this thing flip back. So years ago, I made these brackets on each side to hold it down. All there was a little latch thing there, so let's there we go. Alright, so there's the Peerless rear end down in there. See, it's a shaft drive. It has a shaft that comes back to a right angle gearbox, then a belt that goes way down yonder in there. And yeah, this was a decent tractor until I started really romping on it, and then we kept breaking axles off. I think this is a 2300 series Peerless. So this setup that's in here resembles the Cub Cadet 482 model series real close. I'm not going to say it's an exact match, but you know, it's pretty dang close. So let me grab a light and we'll look down in here a little bit more. Alright, y'all. If you look down here, that's where the axle actually mounts to the frame. And on the 482 Cubs, it has about the same, or had about the same setup with a box on the inside. Either way, we'll get this thing to fit. We'll get it in here. I did weld some spacers to the frame here, long air, but yeah, we might have to do some cutting and grinding and everything, but hopefully we can get her in. But there you can see the shaft, that shaft drive a little better, and I'm hoping, I got to take some measurements and stuff, but up in there, I don't know if you guys can see up in there or not, there are some bolts that hold this frame carriage in. So I'm really hoping that I can bolt the Cub Cadet axle in the same exact way. So, but yeah, I guess the next thing is to start ripping and cutting. I'll get these fenders pulled off of here, and probably get the drive shaft disconnected, and some of the other linkages and stuff all disconnected. Get this shift cover off here so we can see down in there a little better, and then we'll evaluate from there. So y'all hang out, and I'll get all that done, and we'll see where we go from there. Alright, y'all, I was wrong on this trans setup. It's similar to what's on the Cub Cadet in that it has the right angle gearbox and it runs the same transmission, but the way it mounts in is different. So never it don't matter. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it together, or get this one pulled out and get the Cub Cadet in here. So we'll just have to probably fab up some stuff. But we like fabrication, so we're gonna get to it. So, all right, I'm gonna get back on pulling these fenders off of here, and then we'll work on getting all that out of there. So, hang on. Alright, I got the back fenders off, and I took the tunnel cover off. You guys can see a little better there. That's how it bolts in right there. There's two bolts, two on each side, and then down in there, there's three bolts on each side, but only the front two are the ones that hold the rear end in. And we got to take the clutch rod off there, and this thing's ready to lift up out of there. So, or sorry, lift the frame up off of the back wheels and stuff there. So I'm gonna get back on her and doing a little time lapse there for y'all don't get bored. But yeah, so I'm gonna get back after it. I'm gonna take the drive shaft loose next and the clutch rod, and we'll be just a few bolts away from pulling this thing out. All right, y'all. I think I got everything unbolted. Got the gantry hooked up. Let's see if we can lift the frame up off this thing. Lift a little crooked. Let's lower that down one notch. Alright, rear end's out of it. I need to grab some blocks to set the thing back down on, but awesome. Alright, y'all. Next thing is to get those wheelie bars and hitch off there. And if I remember correctly, it's held up. Those were held on by those three bolts that held the rear end into the, or three of the bolts that hold the rear end in. The two that we took out already, there's still two in there. If I remember correctly, that's how that comes off there. It's been a few years, but yeah, I'm going to grab a impact and a wrench, and we're going to find out. So hang on. Alright, y'all. We're going to have to wait till tomorrow to take that hitch and stuff off, because those two bars right there are welded to the back of the hitch, which are welded to that. And I broke my last metal cutting Sawzall blade the other day, and yeah, I didn't buy any more, so it's gonna have to wait for another day. It's about 11:30 or so, 12 o'clock night, so it's time to go in and grab a bite to eat and hit the hay. We'll get back after her tomorrow, but hey, we're just making progress. Alright, y'all, that's gonna do it for tonight and for this video. Like I said, it's late. I need to get some sleep so we can get out here early in the morning and get after her again. But first things first, I gotta go get some Sawzall blades. So most places, I think Lowe's opens at 7, but you know, I'm gonna go have some breakfast first. So we're gonna end the video here. We'll pick back up on the next one, getting that hitch taken out of there, and then we'll move forward and see if we can't get some side covers off, get that drive shaft completely unhooked from the engine, and then we'll probably test fit the Cub Cadet rear end in there and see what we need for spacing and start working on that. So appreciate you all watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and appreciate it, and keep watching. So thumbs up. Later.